you very much. Okay, hopefully this morning your coffee is still sustaining you to this moment. I'll try to keep this as quick as possible here. Let me just get this moving. All right, so what we're building here is a personalization platform for skincare, and we have developed a test that is able to assess the current quality of your skincare and develop an algorithm that's able to match your skincare state with existing products on the market. So a couple highlight points here. We've already raised $160,000 in pre-seed funding. We have the prototype test already developed. We are a New York City corporation founded last year, and we actually, earlier this year, we won the Johnson & Johnson Innovation Digital Beauty Quickfire Challenge, which has given us access to some grant money as well as a accelerator space in Manhattan. And you'll see a couple of industry publications here that have covered us, and here are some headlines that has talked a little bit about us and given us a little bit of a spotlight in the media, which is great. So here's a little diagram that kind of shows what we're building here. On the left-hand side, you'll see that what we're targeting is mainly for consumer identification of their current quality of skin. On the right-hand side is we are enabling companies, skincare companies, to be able to target these consumers and their profiles using our algorithm, and this introduces a scientific-based marketing channel to them. And that's all culminating to the center here, which is an app that is the test report that the consumer has access to and that the companies can deliver their products into. So when my girlfriend first moved in with me, I remember it was pretty interesting, pretty difficult to adjust to. And one of the reasons for that is her stuff was just everywhere, and particularly in the bathroom. And I know my medicine cabinet was just kind of taken over. Just all her stuff. All my stuff was confined to this little tiny corner. And I'm just looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, her products are everywhere. I didn't know women really needed that many products. And I'm just thinking over this, and I kind of realized, I realized that this comes down to this question right here. Why do women have a lot of these skincare products and they're going one after the other? You know, sometimes they don't even finish the products and they just start a new one. And it's really because they don't know that the skincare products are really working for them, and they're being attracted to these products through flashy advertising, through word of mouth, social media influencers, and now we're getting genetic tests, but you know, it's not really working. I really want to emphasize genetic tests, by the way, like companies like 23andMe, Ancestry.com, which is great. But what do they test for? They test for genetic predispositions. They are testing for things that you are born with and remain static throughout your entire life. So that's a one-time deal. It's a one-time transaction. And what we're building is a test that's not genetics, it's epigenetics, which is a recurring business model because it's testing for the current quality of your skin. How do we do that? Is we're looking for gene function. It's a naturally occurring event where your genes actually can change in function as time progresses, and that's affected naturally, and it's also affected by the environment, by sun exposure, by pollutants, by the products that you put in your skin. And you can see an example here, identical twins, they have the exact same genetic makeup, but on the left-hand side, there's something called methylation, and this is an unmethylated state, that's an epigenetic mechanism. The right-hand side is methylated, and you can see that even though they have the exact same genetic makeup, they have different quality of skin visually, which actually can be identified through epigenetic markers. So, because skin is dynamic, epigenetic, and is also dynamic, we're able to create a measuring tool for assessing the current quality of your skin. And we can then use that to build a bridging mechanism for ingredients of products, because we know how certain ingredients can affect the epigenetic marks that we test for. So we have identified 26 epigenetic markers, which specifically means 26 genes, and the levels of their methylation states can give us an assessment of your current quality of skin. And there's 8 key skin functions that we've identified, and that includes things like aging, elasticity, moisture retention, pigmentation, antioxidation, etc. And so that was the left-hand side of the platform that I was just illustrating. This is the right-hand side. This is for the skincare companies to access, and we call this a match and market platform. So what we've done is we've indexed already 20,000 ingredients, and we know how those ingredients can actually affect those 26 marks that we've identified. And so we can allow the skincare companies to now inject their products into the customer's test report, but not just arbitrarily. You can't just pay and get your items into the test report. They actually have to be leveraged through our AI matching algorithm, which is a constantly refining process that we know which ingredients or the optimal ingredients can work for your skincare, your skin quality. And so every time there's a match that appears, it'll auto-insert that product into the customer's report. And so this is the market size. It's a $130 billion skincare market in the US right now. That is our target market in the US domestically. $30 billion for the North America, I'm sorry, global market, 130 billion. $30 billion for the North American market. 30 million US residents that are of high spending segments that spend between $400 to $1,200 of skincare products a year, and we're trying to target 1.5 million, the 5% of that. So with the 5% of the market, which is actually less than 0.5% of the US population, just to give you a kind of perspective of what the potential revenue could be like, within a 10-year period of time, we're hoping to become a unicorn company, potentially reaching $1 billion in revenue, and that's based on the test itself being $225 a test, recurring test twice a year, so every 6 months we recommend. That can generate $675 million in revenue per user. And then on the other side is for companies to target. We have 12 product slots in the test report, and it's $10 per slot for the companies. So just, how do we prevent competitors from entering the business? Again, we've got a patent for the actual epigenetic marks that we've identified, and we've already done the indexing for the ingredients, develop a proprietary database of this content, and we're actually also mitigating privacy concerns using blockchain. It's a way for us to actually track or allow customers to track where their data is going. Potential future developments is using a photo-based method to leverage the AI and actually continue to refine the matching algorithm in a freemium-based model that can scale them into buying the full test. Just a quick thing about the competition. We're the only brand here that's actually recommending products that are already existing on the market. So it's an actionable test report, and you actually can just get products that are going to be available down the block from your store or order online. Really great team. We've got everybody from epigenetics to dermatology to web development, computer science, blockchain, legal team, and we've got also a former VP of J&J as well as CEO of Neostrata that's on our advisory board. Financials, we're looking to be profitable by the third year, trying to pull $18 million in revenue by year 3, and we are looking for $2 million in this round, and that's a little bit breakdown of exactly how we are distributing the funds. And that's it, thanks.
Excellent, great job. Any of the panelists have any questions? Steve?
Yeah, full disclosure, I had a little focus group on your website, that being my wife and a couple of her friends. I was concerned about the pricing, and it turns out my pricing concern was wrong. Like, they were willing to pay much more. If the technology actually works, and they like the fact that there was a little J&J on there to endorse your product. So one thing I would say, I would kind of recommend quarterly or seasonally instead of twice a year on your pricing. They seem to be way willing to pay $200, much to mine.
That's great.